Hey there, welcome to Listen and Travel Talk. All you need is a pair of ears, and we'll take you anywhere in the world. I'm Alex, and today we're staying right here in Florence, but we're leaving the Renaissance museums behind.
I'm Charlie, and I'm so ready for this. Last episode we soaked in all the history, the Duomo, the Medici, but you promised me food and real life this time, right?
Absolutely. Today it's all about Florence foodways, markets, and daily life. We'll dive into two themes. First, the amazing Mercato Centrale and traditional Tuscan dishes. And second, the Oltrarno neighborhood, where artisans and locals actually live. Plus, all the little rituals like aperitivo and coffee bar etiquette.
Oh, I've heard about Mercato Centrale. Is that the one with the giant food hall upstairs? Wait, I had no idea. Let me guess. It's pronounced C-A-H to Centrale?
You nailed it. Mercato Centrale. It's not just a market. It's the beating heart of Florentine daily life. And here's something you can only really know if you've been there. The ground floor is a traditional wet market where locals shop for fresh produce, meat, and cheese, while upstairs is a buzzing food court with all kinds of cooked dishes and even cooking classes.
So it's like the best of both worlds. Shop like a local and eat like a tourist? I love it. Let's go there first.
So let's start at the Mercato Centrale. When I was there, I was genuinely blown away by this one thing. The ritual of buying a piece of cheese or prosciutto. You don't just point, you ask the vendor for a taste first. It's a little dance of trust and quality.
Seriously? Why? I would probably just say, give me that one and point. What do you even say in Italian?
Just a friendly posso assaggiare? Can I taste? And they'll cut you a little sample. It's a great way to try things before committing. Now, on to the food itself. You can't leave Florence without trying a proper ribollita. That's a hearty bread and vegetable soup.
Okay, but what do you actually eat there? I've heard of bistecca alla Fiorentina, that giant T-bone steak, right?
Exactly. It's a thick cut of Chianina beef grilled over hot coals, served rare. But it's not a daily thing for locals, more of a special occasion. Everyday food is simpler. Papa al pomodoro, or a plate of fresh pasta like pici, which is a thick hand-rolled spaghetti. This one's not on any map, but look for a small osteria in Oltrarno.
I'm so curious about the people there. Do they really do aperitivo every evening like in Milan?
Florence has its own version. It's less about big buffet spreads and more about simple wine and snacks, called apericina sometimes. You order a glass of Chianti or a Negroni and get a small plate of crostini, olives, or bruschetta. It's a pre-dinner ritual that starts around 7.
Wait, I had no idea the Negroni was from Florence. I feel like a total newbie. And what about coffee? I always see pictures of Italians standing at a bar, downing an espresso in 2 seconds.
You've got it. Coffee culture is a big deal. Here's the key. If you want a cappuccino, you order it only in the morning, never after a meal. And you pay at the register first, get your receipt, then give it to the barista and tell them what you want. Standing at the counter is cheaper than sitting at a table.
Oh, I would totally mess that up. I just sit down and wait for service. Good to know. So after we eat and drink, what about the daily life part? You mentioned Oltrarno?
Oltrarno means the other side of the Arno. It's where the artisans live. You'll find workshops, botteghe, where people still make leather goods, jewelry, and paper by hand. Just knowing this one thing completely changes how you experience the trip. Avoid the tourist shops near the Duomo and cross the river to see real craftsmanship. There's a street called Via dei Serragli, where you can watch a shoemaker or a goldsmith at work.
That sounds so authentic. Do they have festivals, too? Something food-related, maybe?
Absolutely. One of the most unique is the Festa della Rificolona in September, where kids carry paper lanterns and there's lots of street food. But for a real taste of local life, just visit a neighborhood bakery in the morning. They're called forno. And grab a schiacciata, which is a thin, crispy flatbread. You'll see everyone buying their bread for the day.
I'm all about that. Bread and pastry for breakfast sounds perfect. So the food culture is really about simplicity and quality ingredients, huh?
Exactly. And the everyday customs, like the afternoon passeggiata, the leisurely walk, are just as important. You'll see families strolling by the Arno at sunset, stopping for gelato. Florence's daily life is lived outdoors, in piazzas and markets.
Okay, I have to ask, what are the classic mistakes tourists make in Florence food-wise? Because I can already think of a dozen things I'd do wrong.
Let's start with coffee. You already know about the cappuccino after 11 taboo. But also, don't order a latte thinking it's a coffee drink. They'll bring you a glass of milk. Latte means milk. You want a cafe latte, or just latte macchiato.
I would totally order a latte and get confused. What else? I heard you have to be careful at restaurants with the bread basket.
Yes, the bread basket is usually not free. It's part of the coperto, a cover charge. It's typically a few euros per person, covering bread, tablecloth, and service. So don't assume it's complimentary. Also, when you're at the Mercato Centrale, don't touch the fruit and vegetables with your hands. Use the gloves provided.
I would definitely grab a peach to check if it's ripe. So I need to keep my hands off. Any insider tip that won't be in a guidebook?
Here's one. At the Mercato Centrale, go to the stall called De Nierbone on the ground floor for the best boiled beef sandwich, panino con bolito. It's been there since the 1800s. And for gelato, skip the huge, colorful mounds. That means artificial flavors. Look for gelato that's kept in covered metal containers with muted colors. That's the real artisanal stuff.
That's gold. I'll remember that. So what's the one thing about daily life that tourists most misunderstand?
Probably the pace. Italians take their time with meals. Dinner can stretch 2 hours. Don't rush, and don't expect the restaurant to bring the check until you ask for it. You say il conto, per favor, when you're ready. Also, tipping isn't expected like in America. A small change is fine, but not a percentage. All right, let's quickly rewind our Florentine food journey. We explored the Mercato Centrale, both the fresh market downstairs and the lively food court upstairs. And we tasted ribollita, pici, and of course bistecca alla Fiorentina. Then we crossed the Arno to Oltrarno, discovering artisan workshops and local rituals like the passeggiata and aperitivo.
I think my personal highlight has to be the tip about ordering coffee and the whole pay first, then order system. I feel so much more confident now, and I'll definitely be hunting down that doner bone sandwich.
Here's a piece of travel wisdom to take with you. Eat where the locals eat, not where the tourists queue. Florence's magic is in its daily rhythms, the market banter, the evening stroll, the simple pleasure of a perfect espresso at a counter. Lean into that, and you'll fall in love.
How was today's journey? Next episode, we're off to somewhere brand new. This has been Listen and Travel Talk. See you there?
Ciao for now.